Well,
because that's the process generates those results.
People who are intentional with their training, meaning they show up and they know what they're going to do. They do what they need to do to get it done. They make sure that they get it all done. It's pretty common for people to, classic example is squat, press or bench, and then just like not deadlift.
Yeah. Right.
So get it all. The people who are intentional within the workouts and are consistent and control the aspects of the workout also tend to do better outside of the gym too. So like all of the things that happen outside of the gym that people tend to look at as insurmountable barriers to them recovering or getting to the gym or whatever. If it's a matter of priorities, right? What are the priorities?
Let's talk about that, because what happens once you go through the door of the gym is under your control. And if it's not under control, get it under your control, because you can't. There are other variables that may or may not be controllable by you. But all of those other variables, you need to work toward controlling all of them. Now, the most obvious, we've already mentioned this, is your genetics. Now, you can't control your genetics. There's nothing you can do about that. All right? All you can do is deal with the hand you're dealt. And if there are ways to improve the results that your genetics provide you, then that's what you have to do.
Yeah, but
that's
really important, Rip. No healthy male has ever been held back from squatting 405 by their genetics.
No.
Yeah.
No healthy male has ever been held back by their genetics from squatting 500 or benching 300.
Deadlifting 500.
Yeah, so
bench is 300.
So let's be clear, because people
300, 400, 500 is 200, 300, 400, 500.
Yeah, unless you're 5'3" or something.
Is a given.
Yeah.
Unless you are an outlier anthropometrically.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, because people will throw that around and say, "Well, I don't have the genetic. My genetic potential only allows me to bench 240." Come the fuck on, dude. No, that's not the
your
case.
genetic potential's not in the way of a 240 bench.
In other words, you're not going to reach quote unquote
your training
genetic
is in the way of a 240 bench.
Yeah. Guys look at genetic potential as like an achievement that they're trying. There's no it's not a hard line. It's just it's a concept.
It's a concept that we put in that diagram.
Yep.
And really, it's not genetic potential; it's physical potential, and those are two different
exactly
things.
Right. Yeah,
those are two different.
The
things.
idea of a genetic potential, though, is like this is as much as the human body can do without steroids.
Right.
And the amount of people that reach that are non-existent.
It's vanishingly small.
It's very
Most
very
people
small.
never tap all the way into their physical potential.
not even close.
Because of the fact that the variables that are not under their control, they have not attempted to control hard enough.
Exactly right.
All right? Now, your genetics you can't control, but sleep, nutrition, lack of doing things outside the gym that interfere with your training, like running. If you're trying to get strong, don't run, you fucking morons. Jesus Christ. Don't do that. I did that for years, and it's not productive. It's not productive to strength to run.
Especially the less, if you're the guy who thinks you're not genetically predisposed to athleticism, the less you should be running, right?
Yes.
Because people who are highly athletic can usually they'll be fine, right? They're going to get
people
strong.
Who are very, very
run.
athletic, who have superior genetics,
Exactly. Yeah.
can get away with shit that you and I cannot get away with.
Exactly.
And if they want to run,
you're not going to tell them anything.
If they
anyway,
get to 75% of their physical potential, they're still going to beat the piss out of you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
At 95% of yours.
Yeah, the guys that stress over their genetics are also usually a mess in terms of their nutrition and their sleep,
right,
and their headspace and their testosterone levels, all the things that they can control.
All of the things. Join us again this week on Starting Strength Radio. We're going to talk about your training again at a Yeah, we're going to take a little different approach to discussing training this week. I think it'll be interesting to you. We're going to talk about the stress recovery adaptation cycle and what you can do to maximize the effects of that. Friday, Starting Strength Radio. Be there. Aloha.